Hi guys and welcome back to Aussie Food Journeys. We're on our way to Corumba in this episode. We've had a bit of a breakdown, stuck on the Bruce Highway, and then we're just showing you a few of our free camps that we've stopped along the way. We did stop for lunch at one of the free camps, so we didn't spend the night. But yeah, so we made it to Corumba safely, and I hope you enjoy. Smile, Robert. So this happened. We left Howard, where the kids are, and we thought we're making our way to Corumba because we got work up in Corumba. Our first stop was going to be...
making our way.
Yeah, we were making our way to Corumba. Our first stop was supposed to be Emerald. We've got a cousin there we were going to say hello to. We've gotten just outside of Miriam Vale there somewhere, and the car stopped. So now...
Seems to be a fuel issue. I don't know if it's a fuel pump. We've checked all the fuses and relays, and see that would have picked up a bit of bad fuel or something. So, and it's petrol, so it's not like I can just empty your diesel filter out and check for water and that.
So pretty much we're on the side of the road. Got an hour and a half's wait for a tow truck, or up to an hour and a half for a tow truck to come from Gladstone, and
I've put the ABD reader on the car as well, and it's not saying that any sensors are not working, there's no faults, so I'd say it's just fuel.
Yeah. So luckily for us, we have a fridge and a bed and a TV behind us. I shouldn't even laugh because it's probably going to cost me a fortune, but anyways.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Lucky
we've been going for 2 years, pretty much travelling around, and this is the first breakdown we've actually had, so...
Yeah, and you know, touch wood.
It is what it is. Hopefully it's just something simple.
Thankfully we do have RACQ cover, and we've got RACQ Ultimate cover, so we're covered for towing the van and the car for up to 100 k's, so they are coming to get us, and yeah, anyway, we just...
Luckily we made it on the side of the road. It does start, but it'll cough and splutter and then sort of loses power, so yeah, we could try and get back on the road, but if we get up another couple of k's up the road and it stops again completely, we might not have a spot to pull off. So
there's no real edge of the road up past the next couple of guideposts.
We're off on the side of the road here, semi-safe, so we just stay here.
And of course, we're in we've got no reception. So, you know, we're actually with Woolworths Mobile, which is Telstra lines, but not all of Telstra's network. And we did have a lovely bloke from a mechanical and towing place in Gladstone that pulled up, but he didn't have reception either. But he took my details and said he'd try to ring RACQ, but then a young fella actually pulled up. And
young man pulled up.
Oh, he was fantastic.
And he had not long just been broken down himself, just the other side of Gladstone, for a week or so there, and he had to get some work done to his car, so he knew what it was like being stuck on the side of the road, so he's chucked a U-banger and come back, and luckily he had 1 or 2 bars on his phone, just enough to ring RACQ.
Yeah,
otherwise one of us is going to have to make the trek to get reception.
He actually had a dual SIM, so he was Optus and Telstra, so yeah, he was smart. But we had nothing, so we thank the 2 people that actually stopped. This Bruce Highway is so busy today, but they're the only 2 that have stopped for us in the hour we've been sitting on the side of the road already, so that's beautiful. Anyway, we're hopefully waiting for the tow truck. Still waiting.
Not happy.
Well, it's starting to rain, so at least it's not quite as hot as it was, I guess.
What do you reckon it is? Something to a fuel, I think. Yeah. Got plenty of fuel, but... Yeah, I don't know. Just comes through the roadworks, went for put down, and that was it. Actually pops and splutters, and then gives you a few good revs, and then you think, oh, come on, good,
There goes the car.
We
there's the caravan. So they've towed us to Gladstone.
So we're here to pick up our new ride to tow the van. And we can mow the grass while we're going.
Mate is over in the corner. So guys, good news. We're back on the road. We've spent 2 days at Gladstone, courtesy of RACQ actually. They were really, really good. They put us up in emergency accommodation for 2 nights. And yeah, waited for our car to get fixed. They kind of thought it was an electrical problem because it showed up as an immobiliser fault or something. But when the auto electrician came in, it ended up being the fuel pump. So brand new fuel pump in, and we're back on the road for Corumba for work. So our first stop today is Emerald.
So yep, couldn't speak highly enough actually of RACQ. We're in the Ultra cover, and it was well worth having that cover. So it got us emergency accommodation, taxi fares to and from the workshop where the car was worked on. Just as well with that, because they do have a lot more in that cover, where they would have put us up for like a week or 2 weeks and car hire and stuff like that. But thankfully we didn't need any of that, so we're on the road and we're heading north again. And only 2 days behind schedule, so in the scheme of things, yeah, we had to put a new fuel pump in, but it could have been a lot more expensive, so we're lucky that's all it was, and we're back on the road. So anyway, fun times being stuck on the Bruce Highway in a no reception zone. But yeah, RACQ really was, they were fantastic, so I'm glad we were part of it. And the auto lecky that come out to us, he squeezed us in to try and get us back on the road as well, and that's how we ended up tracking down that it was the actual fuel pump. That was my thoughts originally, was something to do with fuel as well. So anyway, we worked it out, we got a fuel pump in and we're off. So yes. So we survived the first trip. The car hasn't broken down again. Woohoo! We only did 4.5 hours driving today. We've pulled in at the Botanical Gardens at Emerald. It's just a 20-hour free stopover for caravanners. So yeah, just because we're obviously only here for the night and taking off and driving again in the morning, we just pulled into this free camp. And yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here. They've got a nice bridge and a river. They've got a nice walk through the Botanical Gardens. And they've got toilets here, so they're open all the time, so that's really handy. But yeah, so first leg done. We've made it to Emerald. We're catching up with Robert's cousin tonight, but yeah, car ran well, so that was a bonus. Nice barbecues and picnic tables. Obviously probably a little bit noisy, but I'm sure that traffic dies down during the night for a bit, because that's right on the way into town. So we're off to Greenvale today.
Yeah, the free stop in Emerald at the Botanic Gardens was actually pretty good. It did actually, well, I think it quietened down in the night, either that or I just fell asleep and didn't hear anything till 4 o'clock this morning. Was it noisy?
Oh yeah, there was quite a few cars and trucks going past, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a free stay, so.
Yeah. And it is right beside the main road into town, so, but I mean, like, I'm obviously a heavy sleeper. I didn't hear a thing until I rolled over at 4 o'clock and went, oh, it's nice. And then it was like, oh, there goes a truck, there goes another truck. But yeah, no, it was pretty good. Looks
like the second thing of the leg of the trip. First one was a breakdown, and now it looks like one of our lithium batteries may have died. So we'll have to check that out when we get there.
But we have had constant rain and overcast too. So maybe
just going off the battery monitoring system, it says we've got to 50%,
and then everything shut off.
And we got running 2
115 amp hour lithium, so it should have got a lot lower than that. So I think one battery may be on its way out, which they're only pretty new batteries, so we'll have to check that out when we get there as well.
Yeah, and get them fixed under warranty. But anyway, yeah, so we woke up this morning. I mean, the fridge was on 6, so it obviously hadn't shut down too much before that. And the freezer was still running, but that was when I got up at, 4:45. And then by 6 o'clock, the freezer was actually out as well.
The whole
so
van is shut down because with a lithium battery, it'll get to a certain percentage. For a safety reason, it just shuts off. The BM in them just automatically shuts them off, so then you just have to disconnect everything and resets itself. So
But
see
anyway,
how that goes.
So we're on the road to Greenvale today. So I mean, by the looks of the time, because we left at 6 o'clock, we'll probably be there pretty early. So whether we stay there or we drive a bit further to the next free camp, we'll see how we go. Right beside the BP here in Claremont, where fuels are 189.9 cents per litre, which is like, Emerald BP was like $2.30 something. There's actually a free camp, so as we drove in, it's obviously a truck stop, and then off to the left hand side there was a whole heap of caravans parked up, and I looked on my wiki camps, and yeah, this right beside the BP here is a free camp, so that's pretty handy to know. It's a nice big open space by the looks of it, and there's a few trees and mostly gravel though. But I couldn't imagine once the trucks have pulled in here that it'd be very noisy, because it is a little bit off the road, and yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't know until you stayed here. So
That's the way out there is too.
yeah.
There's a lot of barren up there too, so it's another dam if they wanted to go, if they had covered.
So we're on the, where are we? Gregory Development Road. We just came past a sign that said rough surface.
I'm glad they warned us, because the 20 k's before that was really smooth.
I'm not sure whether they should have just started the rough surface sign back at where we were, Claremont, and just kept it. But anyways, glad to know this one's a bit rough.
Yes, it's quite funny when we're down in South Australia. I got asked, how do you find the roads here compared to Queensland? We're like, what do you mean? Because aren't they roads terrible here?
We're like, no. We're like,
you obviously haven't been to North Queensland, mate.
We were like, where in Queensland have you been? Oh, around Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Oh, yeah, right. But yeah, no, the roads in South Australia where we were pretty good. Coming up along here.
So yes, I'm glad it's a bitumen road, otherwise it might be rough.
Anyways, while we're talking, I have an important question that I'd like people to leave in the comments, because everybody thinks I'm weird. You keep concentrating on driving. So I want to know from people out there that are travelling and on the road, or even just in general, who actually has driving slippers, or am I the only person? Like, honestly, I sit in the car here and my feet freeze. Like, we do 6, 7, 8 whatever hours in the car driving, and Robert's like this person that could be living in like, negative 12 degrees and be happy. And my feet freeze. So, I've got old grandpa slippers, just the normal slip-ons that I wear when we're driving. But, I tell everybody, like my kids and whatever, and they all look at me like I'm stupid. Like, am I the only one that has a pair of slippers, or is there other people out there that get cold toes and have slippers? And no, I don't get out of the car with them on. I change into my thongs when I remember. And yeah, I certainly don't go out in public with them, but I use them in the car. Because I feel like, 20 foot, and I had slippers. But when we sold the house and we moved to Harvey Bay, I didn't need slippers. I've never needed slippers because it's never cold enough, was it?
No.
And he wouldn't let me wear slippers anyway. He says he says they smell. but in the car, my feet just get so cold. So yeah, anyways, just a thought. I want to know in the comments how many people actually wear slippers when they're driving, or proper shoes, because obviously I wear just thongs when I'm in the car unless we're going somewhere and I have socks and joggers on. But yeah, food for thought.
Yeah, so drop a comment below and let us know if she's just crazy.
I might be just weird, I don't know. Anyways, we're still a rough surface, so that's good to know. Oh look, now I've got one slipper on and one thong on. So we're just pulling into Fletcher Creek Camping Reserve. We actually, well, about 12 months ago, we actually stayed a couple of nights here when we were travelling home from up north of Mission Beach there. But we're just pulling in to have lunch and a sandwich. But this is I think it's a 72-hour free camp. I'll double check that one. They do have toilets and showers here and a dump point. The toilets and showers do have a donation box. So if you use them, obviously they like you to put a donation in there. We're fully self-contained, so it doesn't worry us if we use a toilet and a shower. But they do have little picnic tables here, and it's right on the Burdekin?
Yeah.
Burdekin? Huh?
Leichhardt.
No, that's the road.
Yeah.
It's the Burdekin River, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's right on the Burdekin River. So, yeah, Robert actually, last time we were here, did we catch yabbies?
Yeah, we caught a couple of red claw just here at the campsite.
Yeah,
wasn't a lot, just enough to have on a steak. And
we love our steak toppers.
yeah, just in the national park here. We did stay a night in there.
That's right.
And we caught some little sooty grunter and stuff in the creek down there.
You caught a sooty grunter
Yeah, I caught a little
too.
sooty grunter here as well.
Yeah, so I mean, a little bit of fun. Obviously we don't have time for that. He did say while we're having lunch he'd have time for a 10-minute fish, but I was like, you don't even have like a rod rigged up in the back there. So, you know.
There'll be plenty of time for fishing at Karumba.
He's just going to cry about that for a little bit while we have a sandwich.
I'll just talk about it for the next 200 kilometres.
Poor thing. All right. Yeah, anyway, so clearly Fletcher Creek Camping Reserve is on the Fletcher Creek. This is Fletcher Creek. It actually does run into the Burdekin River, which the Burdekin River runs through the actual national park. So when we stayed in the national park, the big wide river, because it's right next door here, like it's only a couple of k's drive into the national park, it's the Dalrymple National Park, and the river that runs through that is the Burdekin River. This is Fletcher Creek, and it meets up and joins and runs into the Burdekin River. So yeah, but this is the free camp, and there's camping on 3 sides of like the bridge and the highway. So yeah, it's really, really good. And like I said, toilets and showers are up there, and there's a dump point, and there's rubbish bins, and there's picnic tables, and yeah, it's actually really, really good. And the water's beautiful. There's a whole heap of kids swimming today because obviously it's school holidays at the moment. But yeah.
Drive.
Well, we made it to Greenvale. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we've decided we're going to keep going. I think Mount Surprise is a couple hours down the road. We were going to stop for fuel here, but they're out of order, so we didn't need to have fuel. We just thought we'd fuel up. But anyway, we'll keep going, won't we, Robert?
Yeah.
So we were going to stop in Mount Surprise, but they were a bit like Greenvale. There was no fuel. We're going through to Georgetown. Hopefully they've got fuel there. So we made it to Georgetown with about 30 litres left in the tank. They did have a 24-hour card service station, so that was fantastic. Otherwise we'd be spending the night until they opened.
I had enough to, it'll be quiet.
So we stopped in at a rest camp. This one was on Wikicamps. Said it's a donation camp actually. The sun's in my eyeballs there.
So yeah,
not in my eyeballs, it's shining at the back of me with that, you know.
So we've decided to.
So we've just pulled up. We'll go this way.
So we decided to stop here. Left at 6 o'clock this morning, 6 o'clock now, so we've been on the road for about 12 hours.
And I don't know actually, I'll look at Wikicamps because we don't have reception at the moment, so I'm not sure what the rest area was called, but it is beside the Cumberland Chimney, just 20 k's out of Georgetown. So whether that's what the rest stop was called, I'm not 100% sure, or the donation camp. But yeah, so it's got a toilet here and it's right on a lake, which is pretty cool. And there's picnic tables. Oh, sorry about the sun. There's picnic tables. Can't see that. So yeah, nice little place to sit down. Robert's going to go see what he can see. I can see some ducks out there or something.
Oh my god.
Ah!
What the hell is that?
Whatever. But yeah. So that's the toilets. And obviously that's your donation box. So that's pretty cool. And there's rubbish bins obviously. Yeah, we're parked over there. Very cool. And there's a beautiful sunset happening in front of us, so that's really pretty. This is only 400 metres from the highway, so off the Gulf Developmental Road. Yeah, so tomorrow we've got about 4 hours to go and we'll be at Corumba.
Nice sunrise this morning.
I just said to Robert if we were coffee kind of people, we would have a coffee and eat breakfast while we watch the sunrise. But we're not coffee people. We're let's go people. Aren't we, Robert?
Yes, we are.
Maybe we'd have 10-second orange juice. Which is pretty.
That lovely little spot we stayed.
And 400 metres off the highway, did you hear the traffic? I only
heard
heard
one or two
murmurs
go
of
past,
the truck, so it was nice and quiet. So I slept well. Well, it was a bit warmer last night, but slept better than here in the. Well, actually, I didn't hear the traffic in Emerald anyway, but you know, I slept well because I don't like the aircon.
Some are bad just because lack of maintenance on them. Obviously some are bad too because they're in areas where the ground sinks a lot, so it doesn't matter how often they maintain the roads, they just keep sinking anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, like, we haven't been on a lot because we're only been doing this, tripping around for 12 months, and we've kind of nearly gone the same roads, haven't we?
Just
sort
about,
of,
yeah.
Sort of. We've nearly done, like the beginning of last year, we sort of did the loop to St George, up to Emerald, Carnarvon Gorge, Mission Beach, back down the highway, and then this time round, obviously we went down to South Australia, but then when we came back up, it was still the same. We went to St George, Harvey Bay, and then we went back inland Emerald, and then up across, obviously, this road here, which we've been on this one, what, 10 years ago. But yeah, like, I'm sure people have been on some pretty bad main roads or bitumen roads along their travels, and I'd be interested to know which ones you think are the worst. If you want to leave a comment, that'd be fantastic. I reckon, what do you reckon ours has been so far? I reckon that stretch between Dalby and Mooney on the Mooney highways.
Yeah, no.
A bit rough.
I reckon the worst bit is around Hebel and Dirranbandi.
Yeah.
It's not rough, but just a lot of that and very sharp ones. So when you're sitting on 80 or 100 k's and you hit them,
yeah, that's true actually. But yeah, anyways, a bit of food for thought while we're driving. So we made it to Corumba. We got in yesterday morning. We set ourselves up and we took the boat off the roof and everything, so we're all settled in. Robert's out working today and I start work in about an hour's time. So yeah, but I just thought we'd give you a quick squiz of our view from the caravan. It's absolutely beautiful. We actually came down here at sunset. Sunset's beautiful down here last night, and we watched a couple of big ships come in. I'm not sure what they load, but yeah, we watched them come in yesterday. Oh look, and there's Robert working. He's just on yard duties until we pick up and get busier, and then he'll be in the kitchen or behind the bar. But yeah, the next couple of days he'll be out trimming and mowing and pressure cleaning and getting ready for the influx of tourists that they get here now that it's the dry season. So yeah, we made it. Woo! Anyway guys, yeah, so if you're up in Corumba in the next 6 to 7 months, pop into Corumba Lodge and say hi. We'll both be working over the next, obviously, 6 and 7 months, so our videos, maybe just like quick cooking videos or something like that, but fingers crossed we get out in the boat and we'll get a few that are, you know, fishing videos and catching some nice barra and some mud crabs up here, because we're in the best place to do it. And yeah, but thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next episode. Thanks guys.